How I became a midwife was Rofa Afra was at my house sewing, and Akot Yeshiva, she was the first sister that decided she was going to have her baby at home. She wasn't going to go to the hospital in Soroka because of the care we received and, things like that. She decided she was going to have her baby at home. Rofa Afra was at my house sewing, and they sent for her. So she says, "Come go with me." I went with her. And it was a false alarm. She was just having some, Braxton Hicks, false labor. And we went back and continued. We stayed with her for a while, and then, the contractions ceased. Then we went back to my house. A week later, she sent for us again, and it was real. So we delivered her baby, and I've had children, but I was the one that had to keep the baby for the first 12 hours. That was my watch, to take care of the baby for the first 12 hours. So we remained at her house. Some sisters were taking care of her, and I was taking care of the baby. And then we went home, and we would go to her house every day and take care of her. Take care of all of her needs, what was needed for her and the baby. After then, about a week later, another sister had a baby, but her baby was premature. So she wasn't breathing, and we sent for Ben Ami, and he came and he gave the baby mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And after that, we had to pay very close attention to this baby. We kept her in a bassinet, a small bassinet, kept her very warm. Her mother nursed her and everything. And everything came out very nice. So after that, all of the sisters decided they were not going to go to the hospital. We were going to deliver at home. So we were going from house to house initially. And then Rofa Afra decided, well, you all can use my house for the Beit Chaim. Beit Chaim means the house of life. She decided that her house could be available for the Beit Chaim. So the sisters would come there, and they would stay there for 2 weeks. And then the staff of sisters, Rofa Afra had a staff, it was 6 sisters, including the mother, which equaled up to 7. So we cared for the mother. She stayed in the Beit Chaim for 2 weeks. We cared for the mother and the baby, and then the sisterhood cared for her household, her children, her family, whatever was necessary and needed to be done, they did it. If she needed someone to cook, someone to wash, all of that was taken care of by the sisterhood. And initially, a lot of times the children were removed from the house. Sometimes the children would stay in other families while her mother was on her days. If she had a girl, she had 80 days of separation. If it was a boy, it was 40 days for separation. So that's how I got to be there, but just because she was at my house and said, "Come go with me." We have a diet. We have the high, holy, and sacred diet. If they follow that diet, taking supplements and eating properly, there's not a problem at all. And then we've had special diets just for babies, like if the babies weren't gaining weight, or we made up special diets for the babies, and it worked wonders for them. So just following the high, holy, and sacred diet is key, is very key. Yes, the scheduling we had was the mothers would get up early in the morning, say about 7 o'clock. They would get up and go out for a walk. They would come in and they would drink liquids. They would drink their water, or if we had a juice that we had prepared, they would drink that. Then they had classes with the priest. The priest would give them classes. Also with the husband. They talk with the husband too, telling him the different things. Take your wife for a walk, buy her flowers, massage the belly, and talk to the baby. They were given instructions like that. And the sisters had lunch together. And there's set bedtime. Everybody went to bed at a set time. And then it was different things that we didn't do. We didn't look at horror movies or violent movies because this would affect the child. So we had a pretty good schedule, and it was almost like a painless childbirth. If everything they did, their exercises and everything went very smooth in the deliveries.